2 Megapops is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to get 2 million or more pops with a single tower in a game of chimps, but we're going even further today and going all the way up to around 140, getting 23 million out of the 23,095,000 pops that you can get in the game with the pop and ore. I would like to get all pops, but fortified bad, bit too tanky. Luckily, back in update 50, the Mortar Monkey has had its price reduced to 650 in a hard difficulty scenario, so therefore you can now start with the Mortar Monkey, one of the best changes that Ninja Kiwi has ever made. Totally not biased towards the Mortar Monkey, although if you said that about me a couple of years ago, I'd be like, it won't make a difference, I still hate the tower more. I don't actually, I like it now. Some could say that I do love it. We're going to need heavy shells as soon as possible so that we can counteract around 20. Alternatively, you would get Striker Jones down as soon as possible, and then around 20 you would spend a bit of money so that any explosive weaponry will be able to have a chance at defeating the black layer. Now we just get enough money throughout this round so that we can do the thing which involves hacking away at you, and then get 2 more, then we're on to the next round, 9 more rounds to go. I wouldn't be able to do this with the biggest one since it just does not have enough DPS, but you can do it for Balloon Incineration, and I've seen a post where someone was able to do every single pops with the Balloon Incineration. 025 Balloon Incineration, so rapid reload over the Balloon Buster upgrade. Now we don't need Striker Jones down right away. It's only going to be mainly important when we're going to be able to get 10% increase attack speed, the increase to our blast radius by 10%, but more importantly when Striker Jones gets to level 10, we can reset our artillery battery or our pop and ore ability. It's best to use it, then do the artillery command ability, and then completely reset the ability cooldown. And at level 20, Striker Jones's artillery command will be able to double the DPS of the mortars, which is lovely. Also, if we don't hack away at this rock down here, what we're going to end up happening is once we get to round 24, we wouldn't be able to put down the subversion support to remove the camo status from the camo balloon on round 24. Which would not be good. Hack away at these balloons here. Put you down here just in case of any of you on your final laps. Thank you. Your early game just involves a lot of mortar microing. It's very important to try and slow down the faster balloons, but also just keep watch with how many laps each balloon has been around the track, which isn't always easy to do. Blue balloon left, these 2 blue balloons, and then the red ones after that. You think those sunglasses will protect you from the blast radius of my mortar shells? Think again. Just these yellow and pink balloons, which can be very aggravating. And my mortar microing is not up to date. Yeah, this is not good. That one's going to... Every time I move the cursor, I am completely out of sync. Oh, goodness sakes, yellow balloon. The lack of accuracy is half the annoyance here. We can't go with bigger blasts at the moment. Oh, come on, please. Thank you. Oh, when you move the cursor, but yet the explosion decides to be where you previously put it. So you have to try and change where it is even quicker. With somebody with physical dyspraxia, sometimes it's not possible. Thank you. The rest of us should be good now. Oh, I hate microing round 15 sometimes. I'm trying to get majority of the pops with the pop and ore, and I'm trying to get every single pop with the pop and ore between rounds 6 to 139. That's when the point in which the pop and ore can stop soloing the game because of a fortified bad issue. There we go, that's cracked wide open. Now let's put Jones down. I'm going to put you in the top right corner so that you don't steal any pops. I'm not even going to rely on your concussive shell ability at all to help us out. Or if we were, it would be only on round 140. Luckily with heavy shells we can fire a bit faster as well, but can we fire fast enough. No, of course not. Yellow balloons and pink balloons just decide to evade all of my shells. Thank you. Oh, please. Thank you. Sometimes these shells are so inconsistent. Like, what do I do in a scenario like that? This round bloody sucks. Just consists of two of the fastest kind of balloons in the entire game. And of course, anytime I actually record a run, I'm 10 times worse than when I practice it. Thank you. Finally, round 21 is in the bag. Sometimes the yellow balloons and pink balloons just evade our shells. 23, largely the same as 22. And a yellow balloon decides it does not want to be hit. Okay, so I'm going to wait until the camo green balloon is the only one left on the track. Then upgrade you up to submersion support. Luckily, submersion support has been given a little bit of a buff when it comes to its decamo. It's now gone from 1.5 seconds to 1.35 seconds when it comes to its decamo phase, which is very nice. Okay, now we can go with Bigger Blast and Balloon Buster. Bigger Blast at the moment is something that I really desperately need. Can you all please just go down like so? Good. And Balloon Buster. Hopefully, this is the worst of the early game now done and dusted. What next? I think we need to start hitting about another rock before we consider artillery battery. 27 done and dusted. We have plenty of Pierce, but it's just sometimes how spaced out the balloons can be, which can be really annoying for our progress. If this is a game with the biggest one or balloon incineration, you would have to force Geraldo to go up to level 5. Yeah, make all black balloons less resistant to explosive damage from all monkeys. So that would be the only way in which we could be able to pop black balloons using the mortar in a all pops run. If you don't get heavy shells. And then balloon incineration can do it, but there's a bit of a price problem. We've got twin guns enabled just in case there is a round in which submersion support cannot fully decamo. And start on you now, lovely. And we're going to get ourselves a alchemist. Not a full metal alchemist, but a alchemist. And you're going to be in range of the mortar, obviously, so that we can make your shells a little bit more powerful. Hopefully that is in range. Lovely, it is. And you are far away enough of the track, so hopefully even when there are bads on the field, you won't be able to hit them. That's the plan anyways. Bunched up pink balloons can be a little bit of an issue between each shell, but that is good in my books. Jones is now at level 7, so our Mortar Monkey shells now have a bigger blast radius by 10%. That 10% can mean all the difference. And we're just going to give it one level of enhancement outside of acidic mixture dip. Not both for the moment because we need that money for other ventures. We're going to get ourselves the artillery battery next before we make any moves on these rocks. We're going to need every single rock unearthed on this map to be possible. And yellow balloons, no thank you. Okay, round 40. This will be able to solo the MAD here. Obviously, when we get to the next MAD on round 50, we will have many more shells firing away. And you're going to go down, please. Initially, early game, it would be better if I did get some perishing potions, but ultimately, we're going to get perma brew, so it doesn't matter in the long run, and we save ourselves a bit of money. Here is the artillery battery online. Now, the pesky horde of balloons don't stand a chance. Although now that we're firing at this rate, not that much time we get when it comes to the AMD and the Berserker brew. On round 45, we'll be able to start chipping away at you down here. Yep, you're doing very well there, submersion support. A non-lethal means of decamo. Just what I need in one of these all pops or majority of the pops runs. Just watch as Ninja Kiwi increases the price of the submersion support by 1,000. But in compensation, they give like 50% more range. Thanks for the 50% more range. But hey, guess what? I can't even access my decamo option. Hopefully that's just hypothetically speaking. Now we're going to very easily be able to take out the MOAB, then the leads, then the reds, then the ceramics, and then back to the MOAB. Comes full circle. I'm always up for a good time with a mortar. I would say that the bottom cross pathing is my least favorite. I don't hate it, but it's my least favorite. And it's because of the setup getting up to balloon incineration. Not the balloon incineration itself, but the setup. It's the most expensive out of the different mortars, but it's also the most powerful. But for me, my favorite is the biggest one. Keep the cursor, near one of these joints on the track because of those camo pink balloons. No thank you. Or the yellow balloons. No thank you. Sometimes we just generate enough damage so that we just become a yellow balloon generator. There we go, that's cracked. Now we're going to go away at you. And I think soon I might get some glue gunners down, but I don't know when is going to be the best opportunity. We should be okay against fortified balloons because heavy shells enables us to do bonus damage against fortified balloons. And black balloons. And... not bonus damage against MOABs and ceramics and leads. And against a rather pesky DDT. But unfortunately nowadays, no more bonus damage against boss balloons. Or the bad. Unless of course bonus damage against MOABs and bonus damage against bads are two separate modifiers for the same target. Well, I think version 39 pop and all was when it was at its best, because that's when it received the bonus damage. No wait, it wasn't when it received the bonus damage, it was when it received a massive attack rate boost. Big fat blimp incoming. Do not worry, we can take out this behemoth. Thank you very much. This lobster behemoth. These pufferfish behemoths. And then the ceramics afterwards. They all don't stand a chance against my might. Now, do we need to use the artillery battery ability? I would rather save that for round 62, and then round 63 is self-explanatory because high attack rate, high damage, and very high pierce. Are you going to be at the end there? No, you're not. See again, yellow balloon. Oh, pesky green balloon. I'm not a big fan of when the game just deselects my tower from me. I'm not clicking anywhere else. All I'm doing is clicking where to reset the mortar cursor. Okay, I'm going to... one button. Although it will be one when we go back into the game because the mortar was the first monkey I put down in the game. It's nothing to do with did you just redo the run and have it so that you have the mortar ability before Striker Jones reached level 3. How did you manage to do that? No, it's just what happens when the game restarts, as in the round restarts. Okay, that's really good. Now if I press... okay, this bug is still present in update 53. It was a thing since update 52 when you try and click an ability from the keyboard, it just doesn't do it, so you have to manually select it with your mouse rather than go through the shortcut using the keyboard. I don't understand. Thought this was a big bug present in update 52. We'll just slaughter all of the ceramics on this round one way or another. And the last slot here, the biggest slot, so I'm just going to follow the pinks around the map here, and that settles 63. What about Shake Day 4? Okay, use the ability on the fortified ones. Just going to shift between these two and then reset the ability so that we can use the artillery battery ability again. Even though we do bonus damage against fortifieds and MOABs and all that jazz, it's still just not quite enough. And even though we could have brought Pop and all there, would have massive momentum loss if we did do that when it comes to these last two rocks. Now you're probably wondering why I've got a Super Monkey enabled for this challenge. Well, I'm going to get myself a max sacrifice support Sun Temple in order to help my pop and or out. And I've calculated that a 040 engineer and a 040 village will cost 50,000 and 5 monkey money. So we're going to be using an overclock and a call to arms as a means of sacrifice to get the max support sacks possible, while spending as little money as possible, because obviously if you spend more, even though you've already acquired the maximum amount, the excess doesn't matter. So we're trying to get as little excess as possible. Finish up round 67, just 4 more MOABs, and we as a collective are good to go. Just like so. Come on, we can do it. There we go. I think we can wait until round 75 before we start putting down any glue gunners, because I'm going to need some help on that round with the clumped up BFBs. Yeah, this is easy. Once they enter the submersion support, the camo regrow whites only become regrow whites. I wonder what the next Blaster Populous event is going to be after the 600% boss speed phase on logs. This was on like one of the easiest maps of the game. If we're going to say the warp speed is 6 times as well, but that's actually a good thing because it means it's in its invincibility stage a sixth of the time rather than the normal amount of time. Okay, I'm going to hammer away at you. Use the ability on the BFB there. Catch up with the MOABs in front. And that is easy. Sometimes putting the cursor on the firstmost target is not the wisest thing to do. Especially if you know that the balloons are going to come back around. This place is like the M25. You can just keep going round and round in circles on the same hundreds of miles bit of road. Yeah, the M25 is the London Orbital, which is a motorway which just circles around the entire capital city of the UK, which is why when I refer to this as the M25, it essentially is just a road that goes round and round and round. Depending on how much fuel you have before you need to make a pit stop to buy some more fuel, empty your tank, as in the number 1 tank or number 2 tank, depending on what you need to remove, or perhaps both of them, because you like to do 2 stones in 1. And you know what, I don't blame you, because I would do the same thing if they both need emptying. You don't think about emptying the other passage later on, you just get on with it. Come on, fortified ceramics, would you go down please, so I don't have to worry about these pesky yellow balloons escaping and making my life a threat. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Yes, round 75, gonna spend the 100k on you. And what am I going to do next? I think, I know this is going to sound stupid, we're just going to get ourselves a 400 village in the middle of the map before we do anything drastic here. Although I may put it closer to where I'm going to potentially put ourselves a homeland defense later on. But I'm just going to try and trickle these MOAB HP down and then use the artillery command ability to be able to get the ability back up and running again. That's going to have you here so we damage both groups of BFBs. Take out said ceramics please. We're getting pierce capped, which I did not expect on 75. Last lot here. I think this is going to be their final round around the track, so that wouldn't be good if we do get pierce capped. No, they need at least one more round around the track, so that's okay. I'm glad I was wrong there. And round 76, a bunch of ceramic regrows, not a problem. And we got the ability ready and active for usage. Just restarted round 77 to put down our, well, glue gunner. You will be a Relentless glue because we also get bonus damage from stunned balloons. And when Relentless glue does its magic and stuns nearby balloons from a popped balloon that had Relentless glue on it, then obviously we get that bonus damage, which is good. Good for our endeavors. We will take any and all bonus damage. I do want to use the artillery battery ability, but I'm going to wait for it till it comes back before we use the artillery command ability from Jones. Here we go, and then reset it, and then use the ability again. There we go. That should be round 77 sorted, just like that. Round 78, all these ceramics will have no, oh my goodness sakes, all yellow balloons. Isn't that just a sight to be scared by when you just make a whole bunch of yellow balloons? And also pink balloons if a Berserker Brew is not active. 013 for the moment, because I also want a Glue Strike as soon as possible to get that +2 damage. I know it's only 2, but I'll take the +2 over the +0. Take them out, please. Not even up to Glue Hose yet. Take out all this Pierce, and thank you very much. Round 79 should be fairly easy. We grow rainbows. Not a chance against the Pierce of the Mortar. Here's Glue Hose, and we should be able to get Glue Strike in the same round. Oh, an escapee regrow balloon there. That's not good. I'm not going to go after those MOABs just yet. I'm going to wait for them to orbit back around and then use our ability, MOAB Barrage ability, on those MOABs. And then these MOABs. Divide and conquer, really. And get ourselves Glue Strike. Now, my next plan of action is to get an overclock and then a call to arms. And they're going to be quite near the bottom left of the screen, because directly at the bottom left, I'm going to put down the Super Monkey. I want to use Artillery Command just in case we need it for the ZMG on the next round. But also, if we don't need it for the ZMG on the next round, then we can use it for round 81 because of Super Ceramics. Come on, take out that outer layer, please. Take out the outer layer and Glue Strike, and that just instantly takes care of those. Thank you very much. ZMG inbound. Okay, Artillery Command. Artillery Battery, then Artillery Command. Why have they got to have the same name? I don't know. Yeah, it is Artillery Command. I don't know why I thought I had a brain fog where it was like, is it that name or is it a different name? No, it is that name. At some point, you will go down. And when you do go down, it's gonna be glorious. Okay, they're down to BFBs. Now it's gonna be MOABs. This is their second last trip around the track. Just venture out ahead. Okay, pink balloons are going to make their way to the exit. No thank you. And that is a time in which you do want to pop the weaker balloons which are out in front. And that should be round just like that. Okay, round 81. We've got Artillery Command in our vicinity and Artillery Battery. So we're just going to go payloading the round of 81, but we do have Super Ceramics we've got to go up against. That's not good. We're going to turn that off because I wanted to start placing down our engineer for the day. Now, I can't remember if when a tower is sacrificed, it does return the number of towers in which you have restricted yourself to back to the original number, or if it just permanently removes that number altogether. So that's why I've included one more village and one more engineer just as a precaution. That is 81. Artillery Command, would you please, battery, I think it's done now. But at least these Super Ceramics are slowed by the glue, which is the main thing. You always want to have two sorts of glue gunners, one for the MOAB and one for the masses, and that sweet bonus damage. Oh, and also for stuns as well once we get down to Relentless. Okay, I don't know why the round started there when I've got auto start off. I don't get it. Maybe I pressed the button by accident. Halfway, and I think that is going to be okay to use the Artillery Command ability there. If it was like 75% of the way, I wouldn't bother. I'll just get the ability back and then risk not having that bonus damage earlier on in the round. We are quite good against super ceramics. That is a certainty. But we're not quite good enough against super ceramics. Or super fortified ceramics. For that matter. Okay, you're gonna need to go away there. Go away. Luckily, they still got at least one more lap around the track. I'm going to save the artillery command. I'm banking on the fact that submersion support is going to decamo the DDTs, which is why I'm not getting radar scanner for this village over here. Might work out, may not work out. Depends. I have a gauge of how big the Super Monkey is going to be and how much space it's going to cover. Hopefully that is going to be in range of the mortar. Otherwise, we're going to have to restart this entire scenario. You will come back around at least one more time and you will feel the shells again on your entirety. And take out the MOABs with a combination of glue strike and artillery battery ability. I would say out of the 3 different mortars, the middle path is the easiest to grasp because of a huge rate of fire. Whereas the other 2 paths, I would say, balloon incineration is the most complicated and the biggest one is the best against the masses. And I think it's the one which has the most amount of pierce out of all of the mortars just because of the huge blast radius that it has. It's the best for crowd control. In a 2TC though, you would always go with the Burning Stuff cross pathing because of the better single target damage. Except for the fact that when you pair it with Carpet of Spikes, you need to go with 520 because you need, on round 61, the increased attack speed to be able to do more more shockwave damage against the regrow zebras on that round. Blue strike and everything we've got against these 2 huge targets. Nothing shall survive. I've actually forgotten we can get overclock now. Now then, the village. I want you to be in range of the sun avatar without you affecting the range of the sun avatar. So if I put you down here, yep, you are not going to be in range of a village. That is good for me, because once we get the sun temple down with max support sacrifices, I'm going to buy a bunch of things in its radius because even tier 4 upgrades get a discount under a support sacrifice sun temple, which is going to be very important for some of our upgrades. Okay, you just everything, artillery battery, overclock, everything is going to be needed for these balloons to be dispatched. A lot of these runs on 3 mines round would be far different if the tent was on the bottom right. Sorry, bottom left, sorry, and the empty bit of gap is on the top left. What did I say bottom right for? I don't know. Maybe if you tilt the map counterclockwise 90 degrees, then the tent would actually be on bottom right. We definitely know that each tier 5 mortar can do all pops in a regular game of chimps. So it's just going up to around 140. The only one that can do it is Blue Incineration. I just hope you are not close enough to the track where you're going to start damaging the bad. Another A-Bat ability for the majority of these. Okay, leave 1 BFB left so that we can get our abilities back for 88. That would be very wise to do. Sometimes on these runs, you do want to leave a single balloon left alive so that you can get your abilities back up and running. Very good thing to do, especially like in expert chimps where your abilities are very important for the rest of the run. Have at it, ZOMGs, although you're starting to go away because of the glue bug in the game, which means when you glue strike a MOAB class balloon, it does not always get affected by a MOAB glue. Really inconsistent, really annoying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Inconsistent means surely there's a bug. Okay, we'll get you up to Relentless glue. Hopefully we can now start doing some bonus damage when it comes to the stun attribute. And also just hold the balloons in place. That's another important key detail there. Blue splatter! Come on, we can do it. We can do it. You can do it. How many more laps do they have around the track? Come on, we can do it. Artillery battery, powerful enough to get us through the mid-game. Yeah. Come on. Let's tear them all down. Although I think I would like to get the artillery battery ability back for round 90. So I hope that I'll be able to clean out this BFB here, but then leave the back one intact. So I'm just going to put you over there and then have it at ye. Come on. Come on. Take you down. Take you down, damn it. I think that should do it. That should do it. The ceramic moves faster than the BFB. And I think there's enough time expired by. Just keep applying overclock when we can. When the ability comes back. Good. Very good. Very nice. Come on. Take him down, please. Take him down, please. I think that's our last lap around the track. And round 90. Good, good, good. DDTs. Hopefully you will be decamoed, although your pulse is not always working on them. Hey, batter you down, please. That's not the best result. Okay, I'm going to get twin guns. Luckily, if you perma-brew a submersion support while it's submerged, it doesn't receive +1 damage when submerged. Not going from 0 to 1. Otherwise, I really would not like to optionally increase its radius. Now it's just the rest of this and then we should be good to go. Okay, we might start struggling actually because of the amount of targets we have left and how staggered they are. I prefer them all to be concentrated in one area, maximize our pierce here, and hopefully this is the remaining troubles we have on this round. Luckily they're going round. What about these balloons over here? Nope, Relentless glue is doing its work. You know what, I'm just going to focus on the ZMGs. I'm not even going to worry about which fortified MOAB is going to be first on the map here because I don't care. We've got artillery battery up and running, which means that all of the fortifieds will be stopped in their tracks. Just like that. Again, London orbital theory. Tear them down to BFBs. We will use another artillery battery ability. We've got ourselves artillery command coming up, so if we need it for the DDTs next round, we can just simply do that. Come on. We can do it. We can do it. Have it just out in front. How many more laps do they have around the track? Hopefully at least one more. The last lap around the track here. You know, I'm just going to have you near the exit of a circle here. I don't have to worry about them escaping. Thank you. I did accidentally press spacebar there, but it's not to worry. Okay, DDTs. Hopefully you are not a-holes. But at the moment, you are a-holes. Artillery battery ability? Yeah, that does wonders. Or you can do bonus damage and then just temporarily increase your own attack speed. You shouldn't have too much to worry about. Sometimes these rounds just go on for so long. The support that the glue gunners are giving are so invaluable. Please tear them down. We've only got this round and then 94 before we can get ourselves the pop and ore. I think this is their final round. A lap the track. Okay, so I'm going to try and hold off for as long as possible for one of these over here. Just disperse our pops as much as we can. Red balloon faster than a ceramic. What on God's given green earth did we do to have that? What do we do here? The same as every other round, except just go absolutely ham and cheese upon these balloons. Actually, we can affect every Megapops balloon if we have our cursor in the center of the map. But obviously when it comes to the ceramics and below, that we won't be so lucky then. Starting to tear down the ZMGs, it's going to be very good once we're able to crack open even more shells, such as like a Russian doll. Crack one open, and then there's another one inside, and another one, then another one. And then there will be a ceramic, and then another one. And then another one. Tear down these ones. Tear down these ceramics. I'm not taking any chances with these Hellions. Good, you still haven't stolen anything. Nice. That's taking care of... Oh my goodness sakes, a single pink balloon left. That's taking care of those. Now it's just this last ZOMG on the track here, down to BFBs. Sometimes you don't want to try and wipe them all out at once because you will have pierce issues with both the shells and the glue gunners. Neither of which you want to have, otherwise they'll be going at different speeds. And we can't be omnipotent here. Omnipresent. Okay. Not good. Would you please not advance down south? And there we go. 160k added into the bank, which means now pop and ore, call to arms, and then we're going to work our way towards getting... But you know what? I might actually wait until we have the money for the Sun Temple, so that if for some odd reason the Sun Temple doesn't reach the pop and ore, then we can just simply reposition it slightly. So we're going to need another, I would say, get up to over 135,000, and we should have the money from there. Oh dearie me, beloved ones. And also, since we are under the influence of a radar scanner, we don't need to rely on the camo to be able to hit these DDTs. Though after we get ourselves the Sun Temple and our call to arms is gone, then we would have to worry about them. It's just ironic enough that the two towers in which we're going to sacrifice are helpful right here now. Yeah, this is much more satisfying now. Without a given shadow of a doubt, this is much more satisfying having the pop and ore. Also, the ability is now map wide and it stuns everything that is not a bad or a boss. Brilliant. Even if the mortar cannot detect camos, or if the DDTs have not been decamofied, then the pop and ore ability still damages them. And if you have the burning stuff, then the ability also applies the burning stuff to the balloons here. Yeah, I think to be completely safe, we're going to wait until round 99 before I put down the Sun Temple, just so that we have the money. Just in case if the bottom leftmost of the screen is not close enough to be able to reach to the pop and ore. Yep, 2 sets of pop and ore abilities, and now we are down to just the fortified BFBs, which we should be able to easily take care of. Once my new apprentice, Darth Yellowverse, arrives, he will take care of you. Darth Plagueis the Yellow. And now Jones is at level 20. Artillery command also gives double damage and pops per shot to all bomb shooters, not that important here. And mortar monkeys for 10 seconds. Those 10 seconds are going to be vital. Now then, it is time for the Sun Temple to arrive. Let's see, get the users upgrades, then the Sun Temple, and the temple demands sacrifice. All nearby towers will be destroyed, enhancing the temple's incredible power in different ways. You have been warned. And you do reach the pop and ore. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Support tunic normally costs about 10,000, but it will be something like 8,000 when we get ourselves up to IFR. There we can see the... No, downdraft, I mean, sorry. But we're not using the downdraft. We're only using the fact that you can move towers. Okay, fortified DDTs. No, thank you. We have lost our camo detection from losing. And also, we do get our towers back. Okay. As I said, just as a precaution, just in case if those numbers were lost. It's going to barely affect us, but we're going to get stronger stimulant anyways. So our next venture is going to be an Ultra Boost under the pricing of the Sun Temple here. And Ultra Boost, actually this is normally 14k 560, now it's below 12k. Brilliant, brilliant, just in the plan. Okay, use those there. This will help us out when it comes to damage against you. And I just hope that you don't reach the bad. Thank you, you don't reach it. What about the 119 bads? since they do increase their own sort of hitbox when they're near each other. Artillery command is now important for giving double damage for 10 seconds, and that's not on fast forward rate but normal rate. So as soon as the bad layer has been gone, we're going to need to rely on decamo so that we can pop the DDTs, and then another glue strike on you, and hopefully that will be it for this. Come on, we need to do it. We need to do it. We need to do it. Okay, put you in front just so that we can hit everything there, and that is the bad taken care of. Next challenging round is going to be 119. I do want to ultra boost first, but honestly, I'm just going to get myself guaranteed camo detection for the pop and or, and now I'm actually going to put auto start on. Okay, after restarting the round, your head does pop out, Sun Temple. Don't know why its head doesn't appear when it's the bottom left, or just the bottom in general. Okay, I may need the pop and or ability active in some of these early rounds that consists of a lot of DDTs. So I'm not feeling confident about trying to pop all of these without more attack speed bonuses to our core, such as Homeland Defense, Ultra Boost, Permanent Brew, etc. Okay, another one is required, and there's some more DDTs spawning at the back of the map there. Not good, not good. Hopefully all of those have been settled and taken care of. Lovely. Now it's just these fortified ZMGs to take down. First one laid down to fortified MOABs, take care of those, and then settle with the second one. Or is it the last few, since it looks like there's a lot of them at the back there? No, thank you. You will not surpass our Pierce Cap. Soften up their HP a bit with 2 rounds of pop and or ability, and that should be very good for our endeavor. Oh my goodness sakes, there's a lot of targets on the screen there, but hopefully Relentless glue will kick in. It definitely kicked in. Here's a challenge. Get all pops with the Mortar Monkey, except you cannot move its cursor. Actually, you can move the cursor once, but then you can't move it again. That's just so that you can actually put it on the road. In a lot of scenarios, I talk stuff that's not about balloons, but because of how involved this balloon scenario is, I'm kind of just forced to only talk about what I'm doing at this point in time. No, thank you. No matter how many balloons there are on the screen here, it cannot get through my ability. I'm going to leave those 2 reds actually. How convenient that you 2 are red balloons and glued. Bottom path glued. We're just going to get our ability back without needing to use the artillery command ability back to get you, because we've got DDTs on this round, that's why. If you've got a few red balloons left, do not need to get the I don't know where I'm going with this really. If you just stall the round out for long enough, then you don't need to worry about your abilities coming back or not, because they will be more back. If not, we'll be back. And use the artillery command ability. We've got ourselves overclock now, which means that Ultra Boost is going to be a good 62k rather than 77,760. A big price drop. No steals on the Alchemist. Like I said, the only round in which we're going to get steals on is 140, or at the very least rounds which I'm planning on steals on, just because we need the spike storms in order to help us out. But it's going to be a particular setup, because I want you to, well, I want the spike factories to be under the influence of the Sun Temple so that we can buy all the upgrades for a cheaper price. But then I want them permanent brewed as well, without the Sun Temple itself being perma brewed. So they're going to need to be moved multiple times. Slow and steady. Sometimes the only path forward is the lengthiest path without actually dying, because then it would be even longer because you need to restart the entire round. And we've been lost a round aside from some of the early rounds because of my dumb mortar microing. Another double payload of pop and ore ability. And that has really helped us out reduce the numbers on this round here. And hopefully we're going to leave a 0MG or 2 left to get our abilities back up and running. We're quite close now to getting the Ultra Boost. We just need another 13k or so. And because of the fact that in update 53, rounds 101 to 120 have been given a money generation buff from 5% to 8%, which increases the amount of money in which we get throughout these rounds by 60% in comparison to before, where it was just 5%, which after round 121, or on round 121, it's then gone back up to, or down to 5%, which is like the lowest amount. So it's like you needed to pop 20 red balloons to get 1 cash. That is how tight money is in a chimp scenario. Oh my god, we could actually lose one of these rounds, and I'm thinking it's going to be one of these fortified DDTs which is going to do it. I refuse to use the concussive shell. I don't want to do that. I don't. I simply do not. It is out of the question. It's not happening. And just 5.5k or so until we can get ourselves the Ultra Boost. Get those permanent attack speeds up and running. As I say, strength in numbers, and for me, it's the number of shells I can payload onto the field. It doesn't matter if each shell is not that powerful, but if I can fire thousands of them, it doesn't matter how big your defense is. Come on, need to separate some of these BFBs out. Okay, that's some of them. Don't want all of them. Okay, that's another one. Entangled away from the BFB there. Take out this slot over here, and let us use Overclock, then buy Ultra Boost. Do it just like that. We'll be able to get some benefit out of it while you are still only a pesky little Overclock rather than a humongous Ultra Boost. I'm going to wait until the very last moment. I think that will do it. Okay, good. Gumdrops. There are no gumdrops to provide, sorry. It's just a saying, okay? A rather silly one. Okay, Ultra Boost is starting to come up. It is running. It is definitely on the run. These DDTs, would you please go away? I have no interest in you, and you should have no interest in me, okay? But my towers, they definitely have an interest in you. We're not getting to the other side. I was hoping for that last BFB to be intact. I know I do a lot of constant rambling about the same thing, but there are some times where repetition is the only way for something to stick. I'm kind of concerned that the Alchemist will stay on around 119, so I'm going to get the support Chinook just in case, so that we may move the Alchemist on 119 if that is required. I love the fact that there are MOABs with these DDTs, because when the MOABs are Relentless glued, then the DDTs will be stunned, which is good when the MOABs are popped nearby the DDTs. Starting to get that attack speed bonus climbing, and very much so climbing. Come on, take care of these ceramics. Do not want those ceramics looming around with their ugly faces and their supposed radiation-proof glasses. Hopefully we can get quarter arms for round 119, and that will make our time on that round just a little bit easier. Take these out, and hopefully we will be able to take out the rest of this competition as we so demand. There we go. Okay, DDT, no thank you. Really, seriously, no thank you. I didn't ask for you to be here. You just appeared as per commanded by the principles of this game. Just a whole bunch of microing. That's all you need. So many shells now. That's why you get Ultra Boost for these scenarios. A permanent increase to your attack speed. Yes, please. Okay, we're going to use the pop and ore ability to take out the rest of these DDTs, because I don't like how far they've gotten along the circle here. I would like to Ultra Boost the Relentless glue as well, just so that we don't need to worry about not having just one on the track here. If we were to be able to afford Gluestorm, we would have to do it while it was moved under the Sun Temple. And we can get Call to Arms, lovely. Come on, take you out, please. Not under the overclock aspect at the moment. Now we are. Yeah, we'll try and divide between these two for the Ultra Boost, just so we can get you up to ×10. It just means I'm able to attack faster on DDTs when they're decamofied. So how many mortar shells are we going to require to go through this conflict? At least 1 quintillion shells. Are you sure that's not too many, sir? No, it is not enough. Even more. Come on, take out these DDTs. I don't know how many of them have gotten around. Surely we can do this. Relentless glue is relentless in its support for our cause here. Are there going to be more DDTs? Yeah, I thought that's going to be the case. There are some on this round, which is rather annoying. But what can you do aside panic, call for help? And with them taken care of, I do hope that we can save a ZMG left so that then we can, as a collective, we'll have as many Ultra Boosts on the Relentless Glue as we possibly can, but also just to stall the other abilities out so that they can come back. We want Artillery Command on the ready, and we want the Ultra Boost on the Pop and Ore ready. You are down critical health, so I think that is enough time to spare. Oh, there was 2 left there. Okay, 119. I'm not going to unleash the abilities just yet. I do want at least 2 bads out on the field here before I unleash said abilities. Okay, now I'm going to do Call to Arms, that ability, Artillery Command, and then once this first Pop and Ore ability has gone away, then we'll unleash the second one. We should retain damage if we position ourselves in the center of the map here. And I just hope that you don't steal anything. And I think it's going to be mainly the second bad over here. Please don't steal. I think we're good, actually. We're good on that front. Okay, 2 of the bads are down between 50 and 75% of their HP. That's good. Okay, Call to Arms going to be very handy here. We're going to hold off from Ultra Boosting the Relentless Glue, and we have nothing to hold off against DDTs if they do get to the end of the track here. Hopefully we can get the Pop and Ore ability back when the second bad has been taken down. I don't much care about the ZMG layer at the moment, although I will care about the first slot there. So now what I'm going to do is obviously Artillery Command. I'm not going to yet use the Pop and Ore ability because I desperately need this when the bad here has been taken out and we have a means of stalling out the round here. Call to Arms we will use though. We will use that so I can get the bad layer out sooner. Okay, now use the Pop and Ore ability and this should be okay. Yep, that was brilliant. Little bit paranoid there, but we went through it. That is a lot of balloons. Again, you have not stolen, which is good. Now, I'm going to need to wait for you until we get like 42k. And then I'm going to probably move the Alchemist in the middle of the round. But I might actually reposition the support Chinook so that it's on the bottom left. So that then when you're going about moving towers around, you're not going to accidentally steal anything. Because I don't want you to steal. I only want Spike Storms later on to steal. 120 done, now 121. Only 20 rounds left until we have completed this challenge. Use 2 sets of Pop and Ore abilities. We will be fine in this venture. Okay, there's 1 ZMG left at the back there. That is brilliant. That means I've got a lot of time throughout this round to try and Ultra Boost the Relentless Glue. It's just going to be really handy on rounds like 138, where there's just going to be so many DDTs. And there we go. Our quest has started. Okay, time 7. That's really good. You're on your second lap around the track, which means you need to go around the circle at least one more time before you leave. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yep, that's very good. I didn't want it to go down south any more than that. That would have been terrifying. But we still need to get through these layers. Maybe I was being a little bit too confident with my stalling there. No, I was confident enough. My goodness sakes, we just took out round 122 there very easily. But we do have some lead balloons to end off the round with, which is going to be very handy. Take out these green balloons because they're faster. Faster! Now, they are faster than ZMGs, so we're not going to stall up around for much longer there. I wonder if there's going to be any more rounds in which it's going to consist of, like, little balloons. Because we could actually try and stall the end of a round here by having a single, like, red balloon on the screen. But that's very difficult to calculate. Okay, put you all down like that. And I am going to then... Okay, you're stuck. And are you on your last lap? No, you're not. Okay, so I may move you all, or move this down south, west over here. Then I'm going to pop them, just so that they are ready. I'm going to turn auto start off. But with that, I may just examine what we've got on the next round here, so that I don't fumble my timings, because you are going to be in the range of the track. Which means even small balloons will be susceptible to attacks from the alchemist, which we don't want, but it's just going to have to be one of those things. So we're going to have to stall out a ZMG up the top right here, so we have the maximum amount of time before that's going to be able to come back down. Okay, good. Very good. I'm actually just examine how far it will reach. But then again, it doesn't always give a true reflective of, like, the range of the tower itself. Let's have a look here. If I put you over here, it looks like it's going to be in range of the sun, the sun temple and buff that, which I don't want. I don't want it to alchemize the ultra boost. Very, very peculiar. I don't want you to buff the Sun Temple, but it looks like you are going to buff it. Right. We're probably going to have to forego the decrease on the permanent brew, but I'd rather not do that. Bit of a roundabout, but I could just... Then again, you're going to be in range of Striker Jones. No matter what I do, this is not going to be a convenient scenario. If you're in range of Striker Jones, then you're going to be able to attack those balloons over there. Yeah, I think no matter which way I'm going about this, it's not going to be a smooth solution. But I'm going to think about putting the Ultra Boost up the top right temporarily, just as long as Striker Jones does not attack, actually even you, because now your range has been buffed by a little bit. Thank you, Striker Jones, for buffing the range of towers in which I don't want them buffed, but it's a part of the game. Okay, support Chinook is ready to be used again. Okay, I can't really use this mid-round because of the trajectory in which the support Chinook is going to fly. I just hope that the top right has enough range away from the track so that the engineer doesn't attack the balloons on the screen here. Okay, that's the round ended. Now I'm going to transport the Ultra Boost up here. Hopefully this will be in range over here. Good. Now my next venture, I'm going to try and get the mortar in a different spot. Preferably in a spot where the alchemist is going to be able to be under the Sun Temple's influence, but not be under the village's influence. So it's going to have to be around here, the alchemist is. Okay, 126 is a lot of DDTs. Call to arms. Call to arms. A lot of arms to be called on. And I think I should actually... No, I think this is good. I think what we've got going on here is good. Don't need to worry about the DDTs here. Maybe I would, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to need to worry about them. Thank you very much. It's still not ready yet. Okay, this is quite a fast round since I don't think any ZMGs... Oh, we need one more Ultra Boost on the Relentless Glow. Isn't that just fantastic? Okay, so Porchnik is ready. But it was a very easy round for our Pop and Ore here. Okay, this is a good distance here. It should not be able to buff the Sun Temple here. But it should still be able to buff the Pop and Ore here. Hoping this is this roundabout strategy, because I don't want you under the influence of Striker Jones, because then you'll be able to perma-bruise Striker Jones, which would not be good for our endeavors here. I just hope you don't buff the Sun Temple. Please don't buff the Sun Temple. I really don't want you to buff the Sun Temple. You can't reach the track here, so I don't think there's any purpose in moving this, really. I think it's good where it is. Okay, I think you're only in range of the Pop and Ore, which is good. That's exactly what I wanted, for the Pop and Ore to be the only tower to be perma-brewed. More damage, but also more attack speed, which I think is more important than the bonus damage, but then again the bonus damage is just as important as the attack speed bonus. Let's just say that every boost we get from the perma-brew and the permanent AMD is just as important as the other attributes. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to reach the track from there. Please don't tell me that you can hit a bat from that distance. Okay, we have times 10 Ultra Boost on the beloved Relentless Glue now. Don't have to worry about Ultra Boosting you again. Also, while under the influence of a max support sack Sun Temple, the price for the Homeland Defense is exactly the same price as a regular price of the Archmage. In hard mode, 34,560. Who would have thought? DDT is annoying though. That's the only annoying thing about this scenario. So many of these pesky sharks. Here we go. Homeland Defense up and running. There's no more need to worry now. Except for that you're on your final lap around the track. That is worrying. Do not, under any circumstances, do what you're thinking of doing. But can Striker Jones reach the track from that distance? It can't be any worse from where it is at the moment. Actually, that does look a bit better than up there. Also, if I do increase the range of you, are you going to be able to reach a bat from that distance? Hopefully not. I think we're just going to risk it and see what happens. No, that's pretty good actually. Is your range a bit less than usual? Maybe that's just me and my eyesight. Okay, this is the most biggest and baddest round of the entire scenario. 131, the most amount of RBE in an entire game of chimps from round 6 to 140, and it is a very, very beefy round here. In fact, we're going to use artillery command to get double damage for 10 seconds, and that is going to clear house, clear mill house. Yeah, we have a very consistent game going now that we're past the very early rounds of this scenario. I haven't died at all after the 10s. I'm just going to place these spike factories here so that they are perma-brewed by the alchemist, because I do also want these to be perma-brewed just so that we can get the increased damage when we spray out the spike storms. I think you balloons need an early retirement. Don't worry, you don't have to sign any paperwork or anything. I can assure that for you without any cost involved. Well, the cost being your life. Now it seems very silly just slightly moving the submersion support. But I have an idea. An idea, hopefully, that you will be able to perma-brew the submersion support so that it extends your range, but obviously it won't do any sort of damage unless we accidentally unsubmerge it, which would be stupid to do, because why would you want to do that? Try and refrain from using artillery command because it does have quite a long time, even longer than any of the other abilities on the screen here, so let us not do said thing. 134. Doesn't this have DDTs on it or something? No, it just has a bunch of BFBs on this round. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to have you over here. Now, not under the influence of the Sun Temple. And, of course it's going to do that. That should do it. I'm just still hoping that you don't do any damage. Hopefully. Actually, you know what? I could just use this as a bit of a safety net, and then if I need to use again, which I'd rather not, then we could just use artillery command. Just don't throw any potions, please. Get these BFBs down to MOABs. Just don't steal anything, please. I don't want you to do any damage, Alchemist. Please do not throw anything. Otherwise, you'll be throwing the entire run. No, it's just my own little condition that we don't get stealers until round 140. That's all. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. We can move it. We can move it out of the way. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. Thank you, Red Balloon, for existing. Okay, that little... Yeah, you're not being decamoed, which is really annoying here. I think we're too far away from the track for you to properly decamo, because this DDT is not being glued, and I need you to be glued. That first DDT was about to go down south. That would have been really dangerous otherwise. Okay, get Spike Storms up here, up and running. And then for my last trick, we're going to get some balloon sabotages down, so we can slow down the speed of the balloons, mainly for around 140. But of course, I want the Spike Storm abilities ready for around 140, rather than buy them on around 140, because it's a stupid way of placing down an ability reliant tower for a challenge run. Okay, ZMGs. Done and dusted. Artillery command back up and running here, and that's sorted. Okay, I'm going to move you back to where you were, which was up here and a little bit to the right. That's a little bit, just a little bit, which I hope will make the difference, because it increases the radius of the decamo. And you two have been stolen up here as well. Lovely. Should have just placed Striker Jones a little bit to the left, but I just didn't know at the time. That's the first balloon sabotage itself. The tier 4 upgrade under the Sun Temple costs 4,495. Just shy of 4,500, if that is the amount of money in which you would have left over, sorry, to buy a upgrade for a ninja. A very, very, very niche and specific scenario. That is the BFBs taken care of. That's the second balloon sabotage up and running. Okay, that is a colossal amount of ZMGs. Are we gonna be able to take care of all of this? That is a humongous amount of MOABs. Yeah, 18 ZMGs, sorry, actually, spawned all on top of one another. Just 18 worths of ZMGs to try and pop. Now, I doubt that the Pop and Oars Pierce would be able to try and get through all that. Okay, okay. We've got ourselves a scenario here. I wonder if it's worth moving you in the range of the... Oh, this is probably not the best scenario actually. Just think about this now. I think you're okay where you are, actually. Actually, why have I enabled the bottom path upgrades? No, I'm not doing a special operations. Why did I enable these upgrades? Oh well, 25,000. We got our final balloon sabotage, and literally we've got nothing else to go off of when it comes to upgrades, so I'm just going to get the radar scanner over here. And we have 26 left before the start of 138. So let's get cracking here, and we will be able to achieve greatness. We're going to start with balloon sabotage. That will slow things down a little bit here. And we've got the Relentless Glue Onslaught starting here. Good. We're going to have ourselves a pop and or ability to remove everything that's on the track so far. And then we're going to use another balloon sabotage. Like, this is a really easy round to confront here. I've forgotten all of the different support sacrifice bonuses, but it gives additional damage to everything that is within the range of the Sun Temple itself. Okay, I got the Balloons wiki up, not the Balloons fandom, because I don't like to be bombarded with ads, just like the Popanor bombards the track with mortar shells. Okay, so the full benefits, let's see here. 10% discount at tier 2, tier 1 doesn't give anything beneficial towards the mortar. Tier 3 increases attack speed of all towers in range by 11%, that's good. Nothing really for tier 4, that's only in non-chimps modes. Tier 5 provides plus 3 damage and 20% range of all towers. Range, not needed, but the 3 plus pierce is nice. Tier 6 provides 1 plus bonus damage to all attacks. So plus 1 additional damage, lovely. Then discount bonus is nice from 10% to 20%. And then tier 8 is going from plus 11 attack speed bonus to 23% bonus. And then the final tier, which is the 50k upgrade, damage bonus increased from 1 to 2. So we've got plus 23% attack speed, plus 2 damage bonus, and plus 3 pierce being the important ones for the pop and ore. And we're going to be abilityless throughout this round, aside from when, let's say, if the ultra boost does run out throughout this round, then we'll apply it. Not that we really need all of the uses on round 140, but that is the round here. 77,203, sorry, 7,723. I managed it with a 0 at the end. I don't know why that is the case. So, okay, round 140, the final frontier in our quest here. Our quest. Can't really get anything else. Not with these villages anyways. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're also going to play on slow speed. We're just going to have ourselves that. And Homeland Defense, that. And going to use the Spike Storm abilities now. And then since the Popping ability has gone away, we're going to cast them again. Because it does provide a little bit of bonus damage involved on the track here. Obviously, is even more potent with the balloons on the screen being stunned, but obviously that is, I was meant to try and click glue strike there, thank you very much. And obviously the balloon sabotages will be useful when the okay, you're both at a good rate here, so that's really good. Okay, use Homeland Defense, and then when we get the glue strike up and running again, we will use that. Also, I'd like to have Homeland Defense while under the Artillery Command double damage. But this is just one of those things. So, your tail is wrapped in bandage. So, you're 75% of the way towards your collapse. Okay. Hoping. Okay, good. And use all of that as we are at. And to try and stall you out, we're going to hopefully get these two together so that then we'll be able to damage them all at the same time. I'm just going to use Artillery Command, honestly. And then we will be doing everything else. Homeland Defense, thank you. Hopefully this is going to be enough. Hopefully I don't need to use the artillery, or sorry, the mortar ability here. Hopefully we can just do this as we are. And lastly, there we go, another one there. And we should be good for the rest of this run here. Okay, gonna need you to get down, please. Get down to the DDTs and all that, please. I'm not gonna use the ability there just yet. Come on, go down, please. You're really trying my patience here. Thank you. Not the best timing, but whenever is it? Okay. Use you, and I'm going to just let the rest of this play out as it is. Hopefully we can do this. Okay. There we go. 23,005,227 pops. A little bit close to the mark that I would like here. Kind of like for it to be a little bit more pops really, but that's what we get when it comes to this scenario. 47,000 steals on you, 43,000 steals on you. But maybe it's because this was under jungle drums or something. That's probably why you got more pops than you did. But sometimes it's just about the spraying of the spikes. Obviously, if these two put together equal to 95,000 or more, then we would just restart the round here. So no steals from you, no steals from you, obviously no steals from you three, no steals from you, no steals from you, no steals from you, no steals from the Sun Temple, no steals from these three, and no steals from you. Pretty good run, if I say so myself. And I definitely say so myself, because this was brilliant. And I don't think this would honestly be possible, even on this map, if the cash generation wasn't buffed between rounds 101 to 120 when it comes to the game of Chimps itself. I think it was mainly there just to give a little bit of a boost from tiers 4 to tier 5 in a boss scenario. I think that's purely where it is at. So I don't know why I kept you as a special poperations with faster firing. I'm not doing a 2TC with that, but that's just how things go. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video. Sorry it's been a really long one, but I like to explain everything as I'm going along. So I know that some people really like it when I do explain how I'm trying to go about this scenario. And sometimes I do a bit of a lack in that, but then in other scenarios it would just take way too much time. And a lot of you knows what I'm doing anyways, because you've watched a lot of my videos anyways. You've got a rough strategy on how I do things. Rough, not complete. So by watching the entirety of the video, A, you might have been bored out of your minds, or B, you enjoyed all of the way and you come to this conclusion and you realize, what a congratulations there, 23 million pops with a pop and ore. Do all pops with balloon incineration next time, will ya? And maybe I'll do that in the future. So create a support code, Flare Balloons. You know what to do. Type that in before you purchase anything, and a tiny slice of that pie goes towards my bank account, which I will build a yellow balloon empire to consume all of your sanities by you dying to yellow balloons. I'm not going to die to them alone, okay? Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.